Let's take a few minutes to set the stage for how we finalize the lease versus own decision. We use two methodologies to compare the financial impact of the two alternatives. Those methodologies are the NPV method, in which we always choose the greater NPV, and the IRR of the differential method, in which we compare the IRR to the cost of capital. When used together, both methods always indicate the same preference to lease or buy. However, the IRR method also indicates that cost of capital, which we also call the discount rate, that would cause the present value of the two cash flows to be equal. In other words, the IRR method provides a sensitivity analysis for the client. Knowing this equalizing discount rate can also help you, the advisor, offer perspective when you're working with a client who isn't sure of their discount rate. We can also look at the crossover chart, which provides a graphical illustration of this equalizing discount rate. This chart plots the net present value of each alternative, lease and own, at different discount rates. The point on the graph at which the two lines intersect, in other words, the point at which the two NPVs are equal, is called the crossover point, or that discount rate at which the two alternatives are equal. Now, the crossover chart always indicates that owning is a better financial alternative when the discount rates are low, and leasing is always the better alternative when the discount rate is high. Let's take a moment to contemplate this. Why is this true? It's true because the ownership option usually has that large positive cash flow at the end when you sell the property. You know this large cash flow as the reversion, and that reversion is decimated when discounted to present value at a high discount rate. Finally, we can conduct another sensitivity analysis for the client by using the sales price point of indifference tool. This analysis shows us the future sales price for the ownership cash flow that would cause the ownership cash flow to be equal to the leasing cash flow at a given discount rate. In other words, we tweak the largest and most speculative number in the entire analysis, that future sales price, and watch its impact on the discounting outcomes. As we now understand, the selection of the discount rate is the central decision that drives the lease versus own analysis. We might even choose different discount rates for components of this analysis. As an example, we could discount the lease cash flows at a lower discount rate than the purchase cash flows because we perceive the lease cash flows to be more predictable and thus less risky than the purchase cash flows. So in summary, we use two methods to evaluate the best financial alternative for the client. We can enhance the strength of our recommendation by looking at two allied sensitivity analyses that give us a sense of perspective or strength for the financial recommendations we would make. This decision is being considered every day by your clients. With these new tools, you've become a much more effective advisor and can provide a very valuable service to your clients.